Hello friends, today's episode is about life hacks and the most asked question. As I've been living in Bali already for 15 years, so these are my life hacks. Usually I would recommend to buy the bike, if you're staying for any longer period than 6 months or something. It makes sense to buy a bike and sell it afterwards because they are barely losing any value. Cars, usually I will rent rather with a driver and on day-by-day basis, and I would not take a car for monthly rental. So like basically bike I will always rent as a monthly, or buy, so if you stay longer, and cars I will always take with driver. That actually happens a lot. Firstly, like if you wear a helmet, they will not stop you probably. If you drive orderly, they will also don't stop you. If they stop you, so basically don't panic. Stay polite. If you have time for 5 to 10 minutes conversation, polite conversation, you will get probably without any fine out of the traffic stop. Just ask the policeman where he's coming from, what's his name, how many kids they have, and so on and so on. So like if you again can invest 5 or 10 minutes into conversation with a policeman, you will be probably going without any fines. If you are in a hurry and willing to pay for this time-saving $100, then it's up to you. In generally, again, most of the people probably come with a tourist visa and or business visa. So these two are the most common. Like again, for to open a business, both of these visas are enough. To operate a business, business visa is required. You can supervise and kind of establish business. If you want to work yourself, for example, making coffee or something, then you need actually a proper work permit. So like kind of a green card. Respecting traditions, it's very, very important in Bali to respect, like kind of like local culture and local villages and villagers. So if you are respectful to basically to locals, you will be also like basically fine of in any confrontation. As long as you're respectful, there will be never like kind of like as a police involved or there will be no fight. So like because again, for the local customs and local culture is non-confrontational. So means stay respectful and you will be fine. Yes, again, stay healthy, most important. Again, drive safe. If you ever come into an accident, so like there are like several types of hospitals. There are government hospitals which are a lot cheaper than the private hospitals. So always seek for the government hospital because, like, let's say the same treatment costs you, let's say $100 in a government hospital and let's say $2,000 in a private hospital. Then the same, even like one night in a hospital costs you maybe $30-40 in a government hospital, and it costs you like several $100s, open with the open price tag to the top, so in a private hospital. So in government hospitals are as same good, so as the private hospitals, and often like again have express service and like again very reasonable and contractual prices. So you will be not surprised about really high bill at the end of the treatment. Always ask for the cost before the treatment. So let's say you broke a tiny toe, so the small toe, and then you go in a hospital and end up with $11,000 bill. So to avoid this, you just again go to government hospital. The bill there will be probably $80 or $100, and again, even in a government hospital, always ask in advance what are the costs connected to the treatment. By design, not all notaries are locals. Only Indonesian citizen can be a notary. You should always choose the notary yourself. Never go with a notary your counterparty suggests you. So because it might be their friend, but notary usually should protect the rights of the person who is paying the money. Yeah. So basically, if you go to a notary, this notary will usually clear the title, find if there are any credits, bank credits connected to the properties and so on. And so basically, so a notary protects you from all legal problems later on. Yeah. In generally, I always recommend management companies because, it will deliver the best results and and nearly fully 100% occupation rate. Yeah. So if you, let's say, if you have an extended circle of friends, then clearly you could rent it on a long-term basis to your friends without any commission. So, but for higher ROI, also it makes sense to go with the management company. Whichever contracts you want to sign in Indonesia, like in Bali, yeah, so you should look if this is let's say bike rental, you don't need a notary. If this is a villa rental for a month, you also don't need a notary. But let's say anything longer than 6 months, I will always try to notarize, particularly villa lease contracts. Yeah, you don't want to be again sent away after 1 month's stay, even you prepaid for another 12 months in advance. Yeah, so any longer rental agreements should be notarized. Yeah, very important also to notarize any land leases, as long-term leases, villa buys and so on. Yeah. PARQ is creative and business cluster with plenty of apartments and villas, offices, retail, and food and beverages outlets. Yeah, so it's a city. It's basically a creative city. Just simple, write us a message and via Instagram or below this YouTube video we will find a link to our contact. Yeah. Yes, we are actually actively looking for partners. In basically to all industries and business types. Yeah, food and beverage, bars, restaurants, events, sports. We encourage basically any businesses at park grounds. Yeah, the idea is basically to find a business model that works for park and the individual business owner, and successfully coexist, and build up traffic, build up revenue streams, and so on. ROI on the most villas and townhouses we offer in PARQ is in long-term rental models around 12 to 14% a year, and in short-term models around 20% a year. At the moment, we're offering 3 types of villas and townhouses. Yeah, townhouses have a little bit higher ROI as their financial model is just better because the cost of lands are lower. Yeah, so if you are looking for profit-making property, yeah, townhouses probably are better. Yeah, so as they achieve around 2% better ROI. If you want to use something and you have a big family and you want to use the property yourself, let's say 6 months a year, probably a bigger villa is more and better. Yeah, so because you will get more real estate for your money. It's just a tiny bit less profitable as compared to townhouses. in Bali or in all of Asia, like it's relatively difficult for foreigners to buy land, yeah, in their own name. So the concept of leasehold is very common. So where if you want to build a villa or you want to buy a villa, it's usually done on leased land. The villa is built on a leased land. You usually sign a contract 30, 50, up to 99 years, so contracts are possible. Yeah, so you're basically signing a long-term lease on the land and build the villa on top. Or you purchase a villa built on a leased land. Then you just get the lease title together with the villa ownership. Yes, so any currency is welcome, crypto as well. So it's still we will still do a notarial sale and notarial deed, yeah, and it's in the contract. The sales contract is registered with the government, but you can pay in crypto as well. Dear friends, I hope today's answers were helpful to you. If you have more personal questions, please ask me in the comments below, or visit us at a weekly Q&A on Mondays, 6 p.m. at PARQ. Yeah. So, yeah, see you.